Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Pelshia, moderator for the conference call. Welcome to Nava Limited Q2 FY2024 results conference call hosted by ICICI Securities Limited. As a reminder, all participants will be in the listen-only mode and there will be an opportunity for you to ask questions after the presentation concludes. Should you need assistance during the conference call, please signal an operator by pressing star and then 0 on your touch-tone telephone. Please note this conference is recorded. I would now like to hand over the floor to Mr. Mohit Kumar from ICICI Securities. Thank you and over to you, sir.
Thank you, Pelsia. Good morning. On behalf of ICICI Securities, I welcome you all to the Q2 FY24 earnings call of Nava Limited. We have with us Mr. Ashwin Devanani, Chief Executive Officer, Mr. G.R.K. Prasad, Executive Director, Mr. Nikhil Devanani, Senior Vice President, Mr. Sultan A. Bag, Chief Financial Officer, and Mr. V.S.N. Raju, Company Secretary and Vice President. With this, I'll hand over the call to the management for a brief opening remark, which will be followed by Q&A. Thank you and over to you, sir.
Thank you, Mohit. A very good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to extend a warm welcome to all of you for joining the investor call today. I'm truly delighted to share with you some remarkable highlights from our recent performance. Nava Limited has demonstrated extraordinary financial growth and resilience in the first half of 2023. One of the most significant achievements has been the reduction of our consolidated long-term debt by an astounding 70% year-on-year. This has strengthened our financial position and reflects our commitment to sound financial management. In a testament to Nava's strategic vision and resilience, our operational revenue and profit after tax saw impressive growth, with a 24% and an 8% increase respectively in the corresponding quarter. This remarkable performance can be attributed to the improved operations of Nava Bharat Energy Limited and Maamba Collieries Limited, which played a pivotal role in sustaining our growth. Despite challenges in the metal division, Nava Limited sustained its financial performance with a total revenue of INR 961.8 crores and a profit after tax of 193.2 crores on a consolidated basis. We are making good progress in the maintenance activities at the ferroalloys plant in Odisha, with expectations of it becoming operational by December 2023. Our commitment to sustainable growth and innovation is evident in the remarkable 21% year-on-year revenue growth in the energy segment, driven by operational excellence in the 150 megawatt power plants in Odisha and Telangana. Moreover, we have achieved a significant milestone by becoming entirely long-term debt-free in our Indian operations, and we are well on our way to achieving the same for MCL in the coming months. The successful clearance of long-term debt not only signifies our financial prudence, but also positions us for even greater success and value creation for our stakeholders. We remain unwavering in our commitment to growth, innovation, and financial prudence. I look forward to discussing our financial results in more detail and addressing any questions or comments you may have. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, we will now begin the question and answer session. If you have a question, please press star and 1 on your telephone keypad and wait for your turn to ask the question. If you would like to withdraw your request, you may do so by pressing star and 1 again. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have any question, please press star and 1 on your telephone keypad. First question comes from A.M. Lodha from Sanmatic Consultants. Please go ahead.
Hello. Good morning, sir. Am I audible, sir?
Yes, yes.
Hello, am I audible, sir?
Yes, Mr. Lodha, we can hear you.
Good morning. Sir, I got, sir, so far financials are concerned, it is heartening to note that the company has repaid the good amount of the long-term loan and even prepaid the loans after paying the required amount of the charges to the bankers. So, sir, my question is that the MCL loan is 2,700 crore and it you paid till September 1,641 crore. So, still 1,059 crore is still payable to the MCL lenders for the project loan. Can we expect this loan to be cleared by the March 24, sir?
Yeah. So, Mr. Lodha, I think, we are endeavoring to clear our long-term debt on a consolidated basis as soon as possible. And our efforts are, yes, we would like to clear everything before the end of this financial year.
Sir, my continuing this question, sir, when we bought this stake in the MCL in 2016, we have Nava has invested in the Singapore company, and the Singapore company has invested in the MCL and in the form of equity as well as the loan, on which their Singapore subsidiary holding company of the MCL is making the provision of 43 crore interest every year. 43 crore in Indian rupees, the interest provision is being made here. Can you tell us how much quantum is payable as well as the loan and the interest to the Singapore holding company of the MCL?
Loan amount payable from MCL to Singapore subsidiary is $89 million, Mr. Lodha. And as and when the distribution starts from MCL, the company will take a call to discharge the interest and the loan.
So the $89 million includes the interest thereon, or it is loan amount?
It is a loan amount, sir. Interest is $37 million.
Interest is accumulated for 6-7 years, I think.
Yes.
Total it is 126 million approximately.
That's right.
106 million US dollar or Singapore dollar?
Singapore, no, sir. It's US million dollars, sir.
US million dollar. Can we expect after the repayment of the this long-term loan taken by the MCL to the lender for the project, can we expect that this 126 million will be first refunded to Singapore subsidiary?
Yes, Mr. Lodha. Once the long-term debt is cleared by MCL board will decide upon the distribution to the shareholders.
Distribution to the shareholder is a different thing, sir. This is not a distribution. This 126 is a loan amount given to MCL. So that is not a part of it. That doesn't come into the distribution. That is the refund of the loan.
Mr. Lodha, this shareholder loan actually constitutes project equity. So whether it is stayed as loan or equity, the distribution is the mode that how it is distributed. But I think your point is well taken. Once the loans, external loans are distributed, then MCL board is free to determine in terms of repayment of the loan, the interest first, and then repayment of loan, subject to the cash that is being available.
Okay, sir. Okay, thank you. Thank you very much for the clarification, sir. There another point is important point is that there is a considerable lower profit in power business on consolidated basis, sir. I understand that the sales is lower by 125 crore rupees, and that this profit is down by 50% from the last June quarter. It is 223 against the 405. We also understand that last year you had a write-off of 98 crore rupees return back. This year it is a lesser amount, 44 crore rupees. This means 55 crore, I understand that it is a less written off. Therefore, the profit may be lower. But still profits are lower in the power business. Can you explain to this, sir?
Sir, in the Indian power business, the net realization was lower as compared to the previous quarter. That's one of the reasons. And in Mamba Collieries, MCL has paid excess monthly fee of about $4 million to the O&M operator. That's why the profit is also lower.
But $4 million is paid on account of what, sir? Maintenance, on account of maintenance.
The $4 million is an operational bonus that the O&M, half-yearly operational bonus that the O&M operator, which is also a subsidiary of Nava, gets, provided certain operational parameters are met.
It is one time?
No, it is half-yearly. The total amount for the entire year is about 8.3 or 8.4, and so it's paid half-yearly, provided the operational parameters are met.
Okay. Thank you very much. I have done this. Thank you very much. Wish you all the best, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next question comes from Nikhil Abhyankar from ICICI Securities. Please go ahead.
Thank you, sir. Thanks for the opportunity and congrats on being debt-free at standalone level.
Sorry, we cannot hear you at all, Mr. Nikhil. Can you be a little louder?
Am I audible now?
Yeah, you're better. It's better now.
Yeah. Thank you for the opportunity and congrats on being debt-free on standalone level, sir. So, we have received dues remaining worth 24 billion. So, what is the timeline for realization of all these dues? And have the payments been in time till date?
Sorry, what dues are you? 24 million?
24 billion dues. We have dues worth 24 billion.
Okay. Mr. Abhinkar, if I would talk in US dollars, it will be much simpler for everyone to understand. We are yet to realize about $280 million plus, out of which in the next calendar year, as per the press release we have given earlier, we will realize $180 million. Balance $100 million plus we will realize in this calendar year.
In this calendar. So, okay. And sir, can you also comment on the operational performance of our ferro alloy segment as to the production, sales, and the average realizations in the quarter?
So, Mr. Nikhil, with regards to the production volumes, we have currently 2 units in India operating for ferroalloys, where we produce silicomanganese. The Telangana unit for the quarter in question produced about 23,000 tons, and the plant in Orissa contributed about 3,000 tons. The production volumes in the Orissa unit were lower this quarter, mainly on account of the accident that occurred in the first week of August, wherein there was an accidental collapse of the bunker, which led to the conveyor system being also damaged. So that is currently being fixed. So we envisage that from January onward, that plant would be in operations fully.
Okay, so the losses that we have reported is majorly because of lower production and not because of realization.
No, it's actually because of realization. Today, the ferroalloys market world over is going through a very sluggish phase. And one of the main reasons for this is that the Ukraine war has led to very high energy costs in Europe. And Europe being one of the main destinations for Indian exports, that market is sort of is no longer available. And as a result of that, most of that material which was earmarked for Europe is right now being dumped in the Indian market, leading to further pressures on the pricing. Okay.
And so, how much of the Indian power, out of the Indian power plants, how much do we have as merchant capacity as on date?
Come again, Mr. Abhinkar, we could not hear you properly.
Yeah. Am I audible now?
Yes, please.
Yeah. So, of the Indian power operations, how much is tied up and how much do we have as merchant capacity?
So, merchant capacity, we have independent power plant of 60 megawatt in Orissa and 150 in Nava Bharat Energy. 210 totally. And we are on short-term PPAs. We don't have a long-term PPAs for this.
So, on bilateral basis?
Yes.
Okay. So, can you just give us the revenue pack for the 150 megawatt power plant, and what is our outlook for H2 as well?
In the current quarter, 150 revenue was 150 crores, Mr. Abhinkar. And we had made a operating profit of about 16 crores. After
16.
Yeah.
This is for Q2, you are saying?
Yes, Q2.
Sir, and how much was it for Q1?
Q1 was 37 crores. Overall, for the half year, it was about 53 crores.
Okay, sir. And should we expect a similar performance in H2 as well, given the rising power demand?
It's difficult to comment on this, Mr. Abhinkar. It depends upon the power scenario and monsoon and various other factors.
Okay, sir. That's all from my side. Thank you and wish you a very happy year.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next question comes from Vignesh Iyer from Sequent Investments. Please go ahead.
Sir, thank you for the opportunity and congratulations on good set of numbers. Sir, my first question would be, I would like to know, our MCL PLF now somewhere around 83%, whereas we have been doing 90% plus constant for last 2 quarters. Can we see that we getting back at 90% plus for the next 2 quarters? Is there any impact usually that happens in Q2?
Yeah, so the reason we had 83% was because we had 2 scheduled maintenances, for both the units. So this is the half-yearly scheduled, maintenance that we conduct and carry. That's why it was 83%. So I think now moving on, it'll be back to the, above 90 hopefully. And it's only the months where we're taking the units down for scheduled maintenance where you see a lower PLF.
Right, I got it. And sir, my next question would be, so what is our plans moving forward when it comes to, power plant in Zambia? Are we eyeing for some expansion going ahead? We have got a decent set of cash flows that are coming, and we are set to, pay off our debt as well. In probably next 3-4 quarters, within 3-4 quarters. So if you could just, tell us what is the plan going ahead for MCL?
Yeah, so we are fairly bullish on the power scenario in Africa, and especially since we've laid all the groundwork there, it makes sense for us to expand. We are currently in discussions with the government in terms of financing the expansion. So those meetings are currently ongoing. So when something materializes, I think we will go forward with the phase 2 expansion of another 300 megawatts possible.
Right. Sir, but just to get the understanding on how the cash flow would be utilized going ahead, sir, correct me if I'm wrong. So first would be any cash flow that generator gets, used towards repayment of debt, followed by any subsequently paying off to the Singapore holding company, right? And any cash left after that would be utilized for capex, right? Just to get an idea, because that Singapore subsidiary payment has been pending for some time now. So.
Yeah, no, so firstly, cash flows, whatever we get in the form of our monthly revenue and, payments from ZESCO with respect to the arbitration award, we first want to clear our long-term debt so that to enable, distribution, because with the current lender group and so on, distribution is posing to be very tough given the conditions that they have placed. So once that is done, then, whatever cash flows come in, MCL board will basically decide with regards to distribution. The amount what my colleague mentioned previously, that was put in as a shareholder loan from NB Nava Bharat Singapore was actually in the form of equity. The same was done by our 35% partners, SCCMIH2. Their contribution has also been recorded as a shareholder loan. So as and when the loans are cleared and we have surplus cash, the MCL board will, take calls in terms of distribution, which will allow funds to flow back to the parent company, which is Nava Bharat Singapore and Nava. And then as and when the equity requirement for phase 2 arises, we will use those funds plus internal resources to fund our equity.
Right, sir. Just one last question, if I could squeeze in. Wouldn't it be better, if this setup of through Singapore is simplified in some manner, where the holding company is Nava Limited, that is which is listed in India. We can have our stake in MCL directly. That way, it is more easier to understand the setup. So just because it's kind of a bit complex setup, right? And if you could just help us understand on this part.
You see, I think Nava Bharat Singapore was set up with a view that we would have an energy vertical intermediate holding company, which would hold initially MCL energy assets. But our idea originally was to see that that space actually got expanded. Of course, it hasn't happened. The reason why this structure was created is especially for that. Because holding from Singapore would make eminent sense. But even now also, it's not like that structure is preventing us from flowing, because the monies could flow from Zambia and to Singapore and Singapore to India in a seamless fashion. There will be some tax implication though, but at Singapore there is no tax implication. That way, the money doesn't lose any value.
Okay, sir. That's all from my side. I'll get back in queue. Thank you.
Thank you. Next question comes from Govind Lal Gilada, an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Good morning, sir. I am audible?
Yes, you are. Good morning.
So, I have got two questions, sir. One, any update on our land at Nacharam, sir? What is happening there?
Yeah, so the land is still there, Mr. Govind. I don't think we're taking any actions right now. What we see is upward trend with regards to valuation. I think land prices in that region, given the development, are just increasing. So as a company, we've taken a decision not to take any action currently. Let's sit on the land, let the values go up, and then at a later point in time, we can evaluate what actions to take.
So there are two things. It is on investment perspective, okay, land prices will go up. That's why we are holding, or some technical problems are also there. Just one line answer if I want. If today we want to sell, can we sell, or any hiccups are there from government?
No, there are no hiccups or anything. It's basically we're looking at the upward trend in terms of valuation. It's more of a commercial decision. We'd rather sell the land when the valuations are a lot higher, and especially when it's in an upward trend, it makes no sense to do it right now.
So if you want, we can sell. It is
yes.
That because we are waiting for a good price.
Agreed.
Okay.
Yes.
So how much land we have got for this?
65 acres.
55. Tentative, what is the price going on right now?
I'm sorry?
Any rough guess what is price going on there right now?
Sorry, sir. I'm not a real estate agent, so I can't mention anything on prices.
Okay, I understand, sir. Then my last question is about this 280 million what we have to receive, 100 million, and next year 118 million US dollars of dues. We are confident, no, sir? There is no any issues in that for what time period we have given. We are confident to receive all these things, sir?
No, I think from our end, we are confident. That's why we started even repaying a lot of the long-term debt with the cash we've received. And to be honest, ZESCO has been paying, at least our ongoing bills, they're paying regularly on time. And, they are meeting their commitments with regards to the areas too. As on date, we've received 291 million, which is a very large amount. So there's nothing to kind of hint at this stage that, for us not to feel confident about getting the remainder.
So this 100 million, what we have to receive, any status, sir, when we can expect to receive next 1 month, 2 months?
No, from what we hear, ZESCO is working on it, and as far as whatever communications we've received from them, they seem fairly confident about paying that amount.
Okay, sir. Then last question is, sir, it is my request, suggestion also. This, what we have taken maintenance shutdown at Gambia, on corporate governance, it will be better, sir, if you give notice to BSC. So we will be aware before result that what kind of operation loss will be there. So generally, good companies all they give this kind of information to BSC to shareholders. It is my humble request, sir. It is better if you in advance when you shutdown takes place, all that for maintenance purpose or other any technical reason purpose, any revenue loss to company, all that because of any reasons. If you give notice to BSC shareholders, it will be highly appreciated, sir.
Yeah, we'll keep that in mind, but you need to also understand that some of these things are a little dynamic. A lot of these shutdowns are done in discussion with the state utility there, given, rainfall situation and various other factors. So things can change, but yes, we understand your point and we will try to update.
No, only once it is finally decided, then better to give, sir. I'm not telling that when you are not clarity, don't give. Once it is decided that we are closing down, then it is better.
Point taken.
Great, sir. All the best. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have any question, please press star and 1 on your telephone keypad. I repeat, ladies and gentlemen, if you have any question, please press star and 1 on your telephone keypad. Next question comes from Vijay P., an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Am I audible?
Yes.
Hello, am I audible?
You can go ahead.
I have a question about the ongoing projects of Nava Bharat, Nava Limited. In Zambia, we have the avocado project. In Ivory Coast, we have the manganese mine. And in Singapore and Malaysia, we have the healthcare project. Surprisingly, this time the press release didn't mention anything about these projects. So can you please let us know what is the current status on these 3 projects?
Yeah, maybe we can start with the avocado project, Mr. Vijay. Project is progressing well. Our investment is on course for the development of the entire plantation. This year we will be finishing plantation for about 275 hectares of the land. The reason there is no mention is this is an ongoing and there is no major ups and downs in the project. As regards the average...
When is the product going to be in the market?
Sir, avocado generally takes 3 to 4 years for fruiting. We anticipate the crop from the first division to hit the market in 2026.
Okay. The manganese mine?
So, Mr. Vijay, I think the exploration works are still underway. So far, the results have been encouraging. However, I think by the end of Q4 is when we will know precisely in terms of what the quantity and quality of the mine is.
Okay. And the healthcare project in Singapore and Malaysia, is it making any money?
Yes, Mr. Vijay. Healthcare project is cash neutral as on today. We are not infusing any funds. It's sustaining on its own. And we are also evaluating adding additional products for distribution. I think in a few months down the lane, we'll have a basket of products to start distribution in Singapore and Malaysia.
Yeah. And just for the record, someone asked about the Nacharam land. We have also 2 land parcels of one 200 acres and another of 20 acres in, I believe, Dharmavaram and Kakinada. So any progress on liquidating those or encashing those?
No, I think with regard to those lands, right now we don't have plans to liquidate them or so because their valuations are not great currently. So we don't see a point of liquidating them at this point in time.
Okay, thank you. That will be all from my side.
Thank you. Next question comes from Srinivas AP, an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Good morning, everyone. Looks like a fantastic quarter because of repayment of loans and all these things. I have only one question. Is while the loan amount has come down, the interest, the finance cost for quarter ended September 30 on a sequential basis has increased from 80 crores to 95 crores. Is there any specific reason for the increase in the finance cost when the loan has come down substantially?
Yes, sir. There are two factors. First is the loan was repaid on 30th September, so you have the interest cost on the total loan that was outstanding in the quarter. Second factor was, if you compare with the corresponding quarter in the previous financial year, the dollar was at 78.55, whereas in the current quarter, the dollar is at almost 83, which is 82.5. So you'll have a 5% difference over there. And in the current quarter,
I'm comparing with June quarter. I'm comparing it with June quarter.
Yes, sir. June quarter also there is a slight increase. And also there was unwinding of the hedging cost, which hit our P&L of about 1.4 billion, whereas it was negative in the previous quarter because of the MTM and all. So that's the real difference.
And the number would be somewhere around 80 crores now as an interest cost, or it will be 95 also in the next quarter? Because this is what I was expecting, that the interest cost will be substantially lower, because of which your profit will be higher. But I saw a surprise on the interest cost.
It will get reflected in the next quarters onwards, the lower interest cost.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have any question, please press star and 1 on your telephone keypad. I repeat, ladies and gentlemen, if you have any question, please press star and 1 on your telephone keypad. We have a follow-up question from Vignesh Iyer and Sequent Investments. Please go ahead.
Hello, sir. So this regarding the balance sheet, I was going to the balance sheet, and we have got trade receivables under non-current asset, which has seen a significant movement from 1160 crore to 530 crores. As of now, we have given the discount that is needed to be given to MCL. So what is stopping us from reclassifying it from non-current to current? Because it's very unlikely that trade receivables are classified under non-current, right? We have done the settlement and arbitration is done. So what stops us from classifying it as a current asset? Do we still have any doubt on if the money can be recovered or not?
Thank you for your question, sir. There is no question on the recoverability of the amount. If you see the repayment schedule proposed by ZESCO, they proposed a repayment of $180 million in the next calendar year. That is the reason that amount has been classified under non-current. Because when we have a communication from ZESCO that amount will come in the next year, auditors would not allow us to be classified as a current. Whatever is due in the current next 6 months has been classified under current.
Okay. And so going ahead now, we have been consistently making good profits. What would be the blended level at consolidated numbers for our taxation percentage? At consolidated balance sheet, what will be paying as tax as a rate, if you could tell me, at blended level?
Tax is a function of local jurisdiction. In Mamba, for example, the power would not be subjected to tax. The mining division is subjected to tax. Power is not subjected to. In India, the tax regime is a lower tax regime which we opted for. So excepting for some different tax provision and all, I guess the standalone tax rate could be in the region of about 27 to 28%. And as far as Mamba is concerned, I guess that's including deferred tax, it will be about 15%.
Okay, so then you would have visibility, right? If Mamba power is not subject to tax there and you're paying 15%, so on a blended basis, it should be, around 20%, 18 to 20%.
No, the applicable rate is 30%, 35% in fact, but we are on a tax holiday basis for power. So that tax holiday will last for another 5 years.
Okay.
That's where the deferred tax obligation is coming. It's an approximate number. So deferred tax keeps varying, but about 50% you can probably assure. Get
Okay. Understood. And sir, just on another part is, are we uploading the presentations only every 2 quarters once? Is it the plan, or will we be uploading the presentation as in on the volume numbers of it? How much coal we sold and power units, etc. Because last time the presentation was quite useful.
Yes, we will continue to do that. We update the numbers, including the volume numbers.
Would we see that for this current quarter that got over? The results we have published? Because it was not uploaded till the call started.
We will be doing it shortly, sir.
Okay, sir. That's all from my side, and all the best, sir, and Happy Diwali.
Thank you. Happy Diwali.
Thank you. Happy Diwali.
Thank you. We have a follow-up question from Vijay P., an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Yeah, I was just wondering, we have got a very steep fall in the value of Zambian currency kwacha in the last 2 months. It's fallen almost 20%. How does it affect our receivables and repayment schedule for the loans?
Yeah, so it doesn't really affect us because all our transactions, both on the power side and in fact also on the coal side, are USD denominated. So the kwacha depreciation per se has not really affected our receivables, both on the coal side and also on the power side.
Yeah, but does it affect in any way the repayment capacity of ZESCO? Because they are receiving their payments for power sold in kwacha, and they are paying you in US dollars.
Yeah, so with regards to ZESCO, they don't receive all their payments in kwacha. Their kwacha payments are mainly, from the residential and the smaller commercial. But, what we count our payments on is basically the large industries they supply power to. And the PPAs and the power supply agreements that they have with the larger players, which are the copper mines, the manganese smelting units, and so on, are USD-based.
So as far as ZESCO is concerned, their payments to us are absolutely up to date?
Yes, completely. Apart from the areas that they owe us, on a monthly basis, they pay us on time and, in full. And they've been doing that since May 23.
Yeah, thank you very much. And my compliments to the management team, and a happy Diwali to all.
Thank you. Happy Diwali to you too.
Thank you. Next question comes from Prashant Parmar from Deuce Capital. Please go ahead.
Hello.
I repeat, question comes from Prashant Parmar from Deuce Capital. Please go ahead. There is no response. That would be the last question for the day. Now, I hand over the floor to management for closing comments.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. As we conclude our investor call today, I would want to express my gratitude for your participation and your continued confidence in Nava Limited. Our journey and achievements position us for greater success and the value creation for all our stakeholders, and it underscores our commitment to setting the stage for sustained success in the years ahead. I encourage you to reach out to our team with any further questions or inquiries you may have. Your feedback and engagement are crucial to our continued progress, and we are here to provide the information and support you need. Once again, thank you very much for your time and your trust in us, and a very, very happy Diwali. Thank you.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes your conference for today. Thank you for your participation and for using Doorsabha's conference call service. You may disconnect your lines now. Thank you and have a good day.